Welcome to Mr. Fear. In today's video we're going to talk about a terrifying encounter that happened in the woods in England. If you're new to Mr. Fear, please hit the like and subscribe button for more videos. I woke one night to the sound of my dog barking. It was 4 AM in the middle of summer in England. It was a hot night and I tried to go back to sleep, but as much as I tried, I couldn't. I had the urge to walk. I knew it would be quiet. So I decided to drive to the woods and walk through the woods. It was only a 5-minute drive from my house. I got my dog in the car and off I went. I thought it would be nice to see the sunrise and a good start to my day off. When I arrived at the woods, there were no cars in the car park. I noticed on the gate a picture of a missing dog with a number attached to it. I took a picture. The air felt fresh and all I could hear were the sounds of birds chirping and the wind hitting the trees. While walking deeper into the woods, I could hear a dog barking in the distance. My dog was on the lead, and he was alerted to this sound. I continued walking, and I could hear the sound of barking getting louder. Maybe it was the missing dog, trying to find its owner. The sound slowly faded to the sound of footsteps, crunching against the fallen leaves and twigs. I stopped walking and did a 180. Nobody was there, and the footsteps stopped immediately. I continued walking, and the footsteps returned. They were louder and closer to me. I continued to walk the footpath, and every so often I would look behind me where the steps were coming from. I reached the end of the footpath and found a bench to sit on. I opened my flask of coffee and continued to hear the sound of footsteps. This was starting to unsettle me. The sound of footsteps were now right by me. As I turned, I looked back down the path, and I saw a man stood there, looking over the valley. He was wearing military clothing, but it was old military clothing, Civil War clothing. Maybe he was here for a reenactment. I said good morning with no response. He was stood 5 feet away from me, but he didn't acknowledge me. My dog was sat on the bench, and strangely, my dog didn't notice the man next to us. I started to feel strangely sick and put the lid back on my coffee. I said to him, "You can't beat a good sunrise." To that he started talking, but I couldn't understand what he was saying. It was Old English. He got louder, as if he was shouting orders. I stood and said, "What do you want?" He looked at me. He seemed calm, and he spoke the words, "Bel you sund." I had no idea what this meant. He turned and walked back towards the path I had just walked. I went to follow and turned to the path. The man was walking at great speed and slowly evaporated. I dropped my flask in sheer fright. I ran back to the bench to untie my dog from the bench and took a different route back to my car. My legs were shaking and my calves were aching from walking so fast. Every time my dog tried to sniff something, I just urged him on. I didn't want to stop. I arrived back to my car, started the ignition and drove as fast as I could away from the woods. When I arrived home, I googled the words, "Bel you sund." I couldn't spell what he said, but I kept searching and found the right spelling. It was Old English and meant, "Be healthy." This put my mind at ease, knowing that the man I saw meant me no harm. I continued to research the woods and found a battle that had taken place in the Civil War. Having looked at the images from the Civil War, the man matched what was worn in the Civil War. I visited the woods multiple times since this happened over the years. Maybe I was looking for him, but I haven't had any paranormal events take place since. I know what I saw, and I'm sure this was a ghost from the battle. I hope you've enjoyed today's video, and if you would like your story shared, please write to me at mrfearyoutube@outlook.com. Until next time, please subscribe and hit the like button if you enjoyed this video.